Now, certain economic historians have professed the belief that from the beginning to the end of the drama and then that of the stage, it was sent by Andrew Carnegie that the dinner to Schwab, the famous speech, the Sunday night conference between Schwab and Money King were events arranged by Kenny Scott. The truth is exactly the opposite. When Schwab was called in to consummate the deal, he didn't even know whether the little boss, as Andrew was called, would so much as listen to an offer to sell, particularly to a group of men whom Andrew regarded as being endowed with something less than holiness. But Schwab did take into conference with him, in his own handwriting, 6 sheets of copper-plate figures representing to his mind the physical worth and the potential earning capacity of every steel company he regarded as an essential star in the new metal firmament. 4 men pondered over these figures all night. The chief, of course, was Morgan, steadfast in his belief in the divine right of money. With him was his aristocrat partner, Robert Bacon, a scholar and a gentleman. The third one was John W. Gates, whom Morgan scorned as a gambler and used as a tool. The fourth was Schwab, who knew more about the processes of making and selling steel than anyone else in the whole group of men living there. Throughout that conference, the Pittsburgh's figures were not questioned. If he said a company was worth so much, then it was worth that much and no more. He was insistent too upon including the combination only those concerns he nominated. He had conceived a corporation in which there would be no duplication, not even to satisfy the greed of friends who wanted to unload their companies upon the broad Morgan's shoulders. Then he left out by the design the number of large concerns upon which Walruses and carpenters of Wall Street had cast hungry eyes. When dawn came, Morgan rose, straightened his back. Only one question remained. "Do you think you can persuade Andrew Carnegie to sell?" he asked. "I can try," said Schwab. "If you can get him to sell, I will undertake the matter," said Morgan. "If you can get him to sell, I will undertake the matter," said Morgan. So far, so good. But would Carnegie sell? How much would he demand? Schwab thought about billions. What would he take the payment in? Common or preferred stock? Bonds? Cash? Nobody could raise a third of $1 billion in cash, and he demanded $3.2 billion. And of course, nobody could raise a third of $1 billion in cash. There was a golf game in January on the frost-cracking heating of St. Andrew's Links, Westminster, with Andrew bundled up in the sweaters against the cold and Charlie talking volubly as usual to keep his spirits up. But no word of business was mentioned until the pair sat down in the cozy warmth of Carnegie's cottage, and they were just all around. Then, with the same persuasiveness that had hypnotized 8 millionaires at the University Club, Schwab pulled out the glittering promises of retirement in comfort of untold millions to satisfy the old man's social caprices. Carnegie capitalized, wrote a figure on a slip of paper, handed it to Schwab and said, "All right, that's what we'll sell it for."